The life and legacy of General Pervez Musharraf, who passed away today, brought multiple twists and turns to the India-Pakistan relationship, of a kind perhaps never seen before. We leave you with an obituary to a man seen as the most hawkish anti-India military dictator in Pakistan's entire history. Thanks for watching.
From leading Pakistan's army during the Kargil War to drafting a peace deal with India, Pakistan's former military dictator Parvez Musharraf was a man of war and peace. Born in pre-partition India in 1943, Musharraf, along with his family, moved to Karachi in 1947. The son of an accounts officer, Musharraf was commissioned in the army in 1964. He joined the officer corps and fought during the wars of 1965 and 1971 with India. Through his years in the army, Musharraf swiftly rose through the ranks.
I, General Pervez Musharraf.
In 1998, he was appointed Pakistan Army Chief by then Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. But Musharraf's stint in the Pak Army was ridden with controversies. When India launched Operation Meghdoot during the Siachen conflict in 1984, General Musharraf was heading the Pakistani operations. It was after a scathing defeat in 1984 that Musharraf vowed to occupy Kashmir. 15 years later, during the Kargil War, Musharraf was leading the Pak army when an opportunity presented itself before the Pak general. To this day, Pakistan's then Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif says that their army intruded into Kargil without his knowledge. India fought back. Pakistani forces were chased away by Indian troops. Musharraf's vow remained unfulfilled. And soon after the defeat, the furious Pakistani general staged a coup. He overthrew the Nawaz Sharif government in October 1999. Musharraf announced a state of emergency across Pakistan. He appointed himself the chief executive of the country, and thus began Musharraf's 9-year rule as one of Pakistan's most influential dictators. The Agra summit between Musharraf and Vajpayee was a crucial step in bilateral convergence. Pakistani terrorists attacked the Indian Parliament in 2001. International intervention was needed to calm the situation. The former Pakistani dictator also sided with the West when a war broke out in the neighborhood. In 2001, the United States announced its war on terror. Musharraf says that he had received a phone call from then Secretary of State Colin Powell, who gave him the ultimatum, the line synonymous with America's war against terror: "You're either with us or against us." The dictator gave the American troops an entry into Afghanistan from Pakistani soil. He cut off all ties with the Afghan Taliban and authorized the use of US drone attacks in certain areas of Pakistan while offering other security assistance. In 2002, polls were held across Pakistan. Pro-Musharraf party PMLQ won the general elections and Pakistan was effectively under a one-man rule. Peace with India was Musharraf's powerful political tool. In April 2003, after 2 years of heightened tensions, Indian Prime Minister Vajpayee offered a hand of friendship to Pakistan, and Musharraf grabbed the opportunity with both hands. The year 2007 was a very important year in Musharraf's life. He won another controversial election, but this time Pakistan's top court did not validate Musharraf's victory. The dictator then declared an emergency on November 3, 2007. Fear, tension and radicalism ruled Pakistani society. A few years after the emergency was lifted, Benazir Bhutto was assassinated in Rawalpindi on December 27, 2007. Bhutto, who had just returned to Pakistan, was campaigning for elections and presented a credible opposition to Musharraf. Musharraf's role in the assassination continues to be disputed to this day. In the elections that followed, Pakistan People's Party emerged a clear winner. August 18, 2008, Musharraf submitted his resignation in the wake of impeachment charges against him.
मुल्क और कौम के खातिर
For the good of the country, I have decided to resign from my post.
मुस्ताफी होने की का फैसला
My
करता
resignation will reach the Speaker of the National Assembly today.
आज स्पीकर ऑफ द नेशनल असेंबली के पास पहुंच जाएगी.
Musharraf, who faced at least 4 assassination attempts in his lifetime, was handed a death sentence while living in Dubai. A Pakistani court sentenced him to death in absentia for treason over his 2007 imposition of emergency rule. Musharraf was a controversial figure who leaves behind a checkered legacy.